In this lesson, we will discuss matrices conformable for addition, additive inverse of matrices, etc. So first of all, I will explain you the matrices conformable for addition. Means what kind of matrices you can add, right? Suppose here I will write down, first I will give you example and then we will solve the question. So suppose we have one matrix A is equal to this. We have another matrix, any elements you can write down here. We have third matrix, suppose 3 and 2, any elements. If someone asks you what is the order or what is the dimension of this matrix, so I told you that you have to mention first rows horizontally. These are called rows. So there are two rows and there are vertically, these are columns. There are two columns. So order and dimension of this matrix A is 2 by 2. First represents the rows, second represents the column. Always you have to write down rows first. So for this matrix, again you have two rows and two columns, right? This one has two rows and one column. So the matrices who has the same dimension, see these are the same dimension, 2 by 2, 2 by 2. So these two are conformable for addition. You can add these two matrices. If I will say, okay, add A plus B, whether you can add or not these two matrices, yes, you can add. Why? Because dimensions are same or order is same, right? And the C is there are 2 by 1, 2 rows and 1 column. If I will see add B and C or check whether B plus C is conformable for addition or not, B plus C you cannot add. Why? Because their dimensions are different. It is 2 by 2, it is 2 by 1. So this is the conformable condition. If you want to add two matrices, three matrices or four matrices, their dimension should be same. Otherwise we cannot add. Right? Okay. Now here move on to the questions we have. Question is, which of the following matrices are conformable? See, now you should know the meaning of conformable. The matrices which has the same dimensions. So here first we will make the dimension. So this is two rows and vertically two columns. Two rows and one column for this one. This one 1, 2, 3. 3 rows and 2 columns. And for D, see this is 2 plus 3. So we have to arrange D like this. That will be 3, 2 plus 1, 3 and 3. And one more thing, that in matrices, we have to write down these elements a little bit far from each other. We cannot write down 2 and 1 here. No, right? 2 and 1. So see, these are together and there is a sign of positive as well. It means we have to add. These are not two different elements. These are 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 3. And this, and now its dimension is 2 by 1. This dimension, the dimension of E, 2 by 2, 2 rows and 2 columns. Now move on to F. Here we have to write down F again. See, the first row is same 3 and 2, and for this is 1 plus 1. You have to add these two. You cannot add this one because this is a little bit far from this. So it will be 2, this will be 5, and this is minus 4 and 3. So now what is the dimension? These are 3 rows and 2 columns, 3 by 2. The question is, which of the following Matrices are conformable. You can add. So check the dimension. See, starting from 2 by 2. This is 2 by 2 and this is 2 by 2. We do not have any more 2 by 2. It means A and E are conformable for addition. You can add A and E. Check for the other dimension. This is 2 by 1 and this is 2 by 1. So B and D are conformable for addition, and this is 3 by 2 and F is also 3 by 2. So C and F are conformable for addition. So easy. Conformable, the order should be same or dimensions should be same. If the order is same, yes, you can add the matrices. If the order is not same, you cannot add the matrices. Now move on to the additive inverse. We have discussed, I think, in lesson number 1 about the inverse. Inverse of the matrices, just you have to change the sign. If it is positive, make it negative. This is negative, make it positive. This is inverse. So additive inverse is also same. You have to write down additive inverse of A, right? So minus A. Just change the sign. If there is no sign, it means it is positive. If it is there is no sign, this is positive. But for negative, yes, you have to write down the sign. You have to mention the sign. So just change the sign. So this one is negative, make it positive. It will be negative. It is negative. So this is the answer. Additive inverse. So now what is the additive inverse of B? Minus B, and then just change the sign of all the elements. 0 will remain the same. 1, 2, it is 1, minus 3, minus 1, and then close it. This is additive inverse of C. You have to write down additive just like this. Additive inverse of C. So minus C is equal to, change the sign, minus 4, and this it will be 2. Additive inverse of D. Minus D equal to, just change the sign, right? So easy. Additive inverse of E similarly, minus 1, 0, minus 1, 0. And additive inverse of F. So do not worry about this, that this is the square root sign or under root sign is there. Now what we have to do? There is no sign, it means positive. Just make it negative. Because we are making the inverse, the opposite. So if it is positive, make it negative. If it is negative, make it positive. These are all the answers. Right? Okay, now move on to the next question. If A, we have mentioned A, B, C, D. There are 4 matrices. You have to find out A plus this matrix 1, 1, 1, 1. And this is not given here. But A is here. That is why they have mentioned A plus. You have to add. Here I will show you how to add 2 matrices. So you have to write down. This is A from here. This one. You have to add 1, 1, 1, 1. Right? Okay. So what is the rule? What is the rule for addition? Conformable for addition. 2 matrices should have the same dimensions, or 3 or 4, whatever. So see, 1, 2, 2 rows, 1, 2, 2 columns. It is 2 by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Both have same dimensions, 2 by 2. You can add it. How we will add? We will add the corresponding entries together. Now what does it mean? Corresponding entries. So see, this is the first element of this matrix. This is the first element of this matrix. We have to add these two together. So it will be minus 1, positive 1. This is the second entry and this is the second entry. So we will write down 2 plus 1. These are called the corresponding entries. 2 plus 1 and here 1 plus 1. So it will be equal to, so see, positive 1, negative 1 will be 0. This will be 3, this is 3, and this is 2. And this is the answer. Second question is B plus this. You have 4 matrices given. You have to add B plus this matrix. So where is B? B is positive 1, negative 1. This one. This is B. Okay. What is the first thing? First thing you have to check the dimensions. So see 1, 2. 2 rows, 1 column, 2 rows, 1 column. These are conformable for addition. You can add it. This one will add with this minus 2 corresponding entries. So see, if it is positive, do not worry, just write down. But whenever you will see the negative sign, you should be very careful, right? So we are doing addition. This is addition 1 plus, but this is negative 2. So write down negative 2. Here is negative 1 plus 3. So I will do the rest of the part here. This is negative 2. This is positive 1. So it will be negative 1 and 2. If there is no sign, it means it's positive. If you want, you can write down, and this is the answer. Right? So this is plus minus. Minus, you have to subtract, but you have to use the sign whichever is greater. So 3 is greater than 1. That is why we have put positive 1 here. This one is negative. 2 minus 1 minus 1, but 2 is greater than 1. That is why we have used the sign of negative. Third is C plus this matrix. So C is minus 2, 1, 3. And the other matrix is also the same element. So we can say C plus C as well. Right? So what is the rule? Dimension. 1 row, 3 columns, 1 row, 3 columns. Just you can add the matrices. Minus 2, and the corresponding entry is also this one. See, this to this, second to second, third to third. 1 plus 1, 3 plus 3. And it will be minus 4, 2, and 6. So this is your answer. Move on to question number 4. And here D plus this matrix. So D is 1, 2, 3, minus 1, 0, 2. This one, it is mentioned here, plus 2, 0, 1. 2 rows, 3 columns. 2 rows, 3 columns. Yes, you can add 1 plus 2, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 0. Minus 1 plus 2, 0 plus 0, 2 plus 1. Right? And then here 1, 3, 3, 1, 0, 3 is your answer. Right? What I did, corresponding entries. This is the first one. First one you have to add with this 0, 2 with this. But still, if it is not clear, you can write down to the comment section or ask me a question. Same thing for this one. Second row, 1, 2, 0, 0, 2, and 1. Right? Move on to question number 5. This is 2a. 2a means you have to multiply. A is minus 1, 2, 2, 1. And see, this 2 is outside this matrix. So it means individually you have to multiply these 4 elements by 2. See, 2 multiply by a -1 with this one, then with this 2. Same thing for the second row, 2 by 2 and 2 by 1, this one. So it is equal to -2, 2 times 4, 4 and 2. And this is your answer. If it is outside this matrix, any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, you have to multiply each element with the number what is here, whatever is here. Now here -1b. -1 means only minus. You can write down minus, or if you want, I will show you. First write down minus and this. You have to multiply this matrix by minus or -1. Same thing. How you will multiply? Just change the sign. This is positive. If there is no sign, it is positive. It will be -1, and this is +1 answer. Because there is only 1. If it is 2, then it definitely we have to multiply 2 1 time 2 or 2 1 by 1 1 1 time 1. It will remains the same. Seventh is you have to multiply -2, and you in matrix is C matrix, right? So you have to multiply -2 with this. So -2 multiply by -2. This -2 multiply by 1, -2 multiply by 3. So it will be equal to 4 -2 -6, right? Because we are doing multiplication here, minus minus plus, that is why it is positive. 3D, 3, 1, 2, 3, -1, 0, 2. You have to multiply with each and every element with 3. -1 into 3, 0 into 3, 2 into 3, right? Here I have mentioned 3 first. 3 multiply by 3 multiply by 2, 3. Because you are doing multiplication, you can write down either direction. That is why I have mentioned 3 here. 1 multiply by 3, 0 multiply by 3. But if you will write down first, that is fine. You will get the same answer. So 3, 6, 9, 6, 0 and -3, and this is your answer. Now question 8 is you have to multiply same thing, 3C, and what about this one? This was 3D, right? 1 2 3. Now is C. -2, 1, 3, 3 multiplied by -2. Individually you have to multiply all the elements of matrix C with 3. So it will be -6, 3 and 9. And this is your answer. Right, so in this lesson you have learned the additive inverse. Just change the sign of the matrices. Right, we have learned which kind of matrices are conformable for addition. Their dimensions or their order should be same, and then we have solved some questions. If you still have any question regarding this, you can write down in the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel Saima Academy, and thanks for watching.